Hello everyone, my name is Lisa. I want to tell you the story of my success. I think the victory is huge because I achieved it with sweat and blood, and I hope that it will inspire some of you. And it may not necessarily be cheerleading, but all of your favorite activities that you are devoted to. To begin with, I was one of the lame kids in high school, which is what the boys on the basketball team and the girls on the cheerleading squad called me. But no one dared to say a word against them because if they did, then they bitterly regretted it. Do you want to hear how we were bullied? For example, a new kid came to our school last year. His name was Ted. He was a wonderful boy, but not rich like us. Not an athlete, but smart. Beginners must pass the rite of passage, and the boys are more cruel than the girls. So he was stripped to the goal and carried out into the corridor. All the cheerleaders and basketball players laughed at him, took pictures, filmed him, and then distributed the photo on the network. It was a high-level humiliation. He went berserk and started a riot. Once, at a general meeting, he snatched the microphone from the director and began to call on all losers to unite. He said that we can cancel the installation, which was not invented by us. What makes you think you have to put up with the rituals of rich kids? We choose life and who we should be. We, and only we, he shouted. There was truth in what he said, but none of us dared to support him publicly. Everyone was afraid. No one wanted to catch the elite's eye. So we sat and listened to him, and no one got up. The principal was furious. The boy was expelled from school, so he studied with us for only a week. Ted was being unacceptable, trying to make a fuss, start a riot and all that. This is a gross violation. I really hope there won't be any more incidents like that. Right, students? I can't hear you. And we all just said, "Yes, sir." The basketball players giggled. I told you, we always get away with everything. That's right, man. I love our traditions. Damn, how cool it is to feel the power. This is still nothing. I will come up with even more sophisticated rituals. This will be a real test of strength for beginners. By the way, you can then test not only the new ones, but also the old ones. Great idea! Ted hasn't been seen since. The truth in his words aroused in me a feeling long forgotten, self-love. I suddenly thought, do we really have to put up with all of this? Who said that this is the norm? While the seed of doubt was growing in me, another new student came to our school. It was a girl, and she came to my class. Her name was Dory. We immediately became friends with her. She was simple, shy, and also had to go through the initiation. I knew about it, but I didn't tell her yet. Somehow, imperceptibly quickly, we found a common language. Then I found out that her mother died of an illness not so long ago. Man, I felt really sorry for her. She was depressed. I asked cautiously, what if there were rituals in our school that she might not like? Then she looked me in the eye and said that she didn't care. Now her heart aches for another reason. And I realized that I could not allow her to get hurt. X day had arrived, and I knew that the cheerleaders had already come up with an insidious plan. Usually, they'd get some guy on the team to ask the new girls out. They'd have a good time, he'd show off, then take a couple of photos in the evening, and the next day, spread rumors that they'd slept together. The girl was called a hooker. For a month. Exactly a month of hellish life, pressure from the outside. Not everyone could stand it, much less Dory. She was too vulnerable right now. After school, Ashley, the captain of the cheerleading squad, came up to us and she invited Dory and me, since we had become friends, to her party. I knew it was for the wrong reasons. Dory naively agreed in the hope of a little relaxation, and when Ashley left satisfied, I asked her not to go there. Don't worry, I've already heard about the ritual. Let's go and show that we are not losers. Are you sure? They'll just run us over. Well, even if they do, what do we have to lose from it? Nothing. After After all, at most we will remain losers as we were, and if not, then it will be a sharp turn of events. I thought about it and agreed. Maybe she was right. As soon as we arrived there, we saw that there were only the school's entourage: boys, the basketball players, and the cheerleaders. Ashley greeted us warmly, showed us around the swanky house, and then invited us for a drink by the pool. I declined, but Dory drank some champagne. After a couple of minutes of dancing, I noticed that Luke was approaching my new friend. They chatted pleasantly, and Dory smiled back at him, and he led her upstairs to a bedroom. A satisfied smile appeared on Ashley's face. I couldn't let that happen, so I ran after them. "Dory, don't go there, please, let's go home, he's using you." "Liz, it's all under control. I'll go. You go home if you want to." "But I can't. This won't end well."
"Lisa, go home. The adults want to talk in private."
They turned and went into the bedroom. I couldn't let this happen. I ran downstairs, started looking for something heavy, found a shovel on the street, and ran upstairs again. The door was locked. I started to knock out the lock with the shovel. The others noticed it. They started laughing, shouting nasty things. The door wouldn't open, and a few minutes later, I heard Dory screaming. "Oh no, what's going on in there?" I asked aloud. I cried for help, but no one cared. Then I swung even harder, and Dory opened the door. I almost hit her in the face with a shovel. "Careful, girl." "Oh, are you all right? Where is he?"
"I'm fine, but Luke's not so good."
I looked inside and saw that Luke was lying on the bed, tied up with the 3-centimeter label on his chest. To be honest, I didn't immediately understand what was going on. But it was tough. Everyone was taking pictures of him, laughing. For the first time, the captain of the basketball team was overboard. Victory! We left with our heads held high. However, before leaving, Ashley pulled my hair for ruining the evening. Me? I did not think for a long time. Just pushed her back, and she fell right into a trash can. Everyone filmed her as if she were a devoted friend and put her on the net. I was very happy, and Dory suddenly suggested that we should not stop there. "We can do more than this." "What do you mean?" "Now is the perfect time to take a place among the cheerleaders."
"What? I'm not doing that."
"Who said that? They? I saw you dancing in the hall once when no one was there, and it was cool. I've been dancing for years, too, so I think we can do it." I didn't want to agree, but Dory convinced me. We approached Ashley and told her about wanting to participate. She had no right to refuse us without a reason, and said that the group was full, that there were no more seats. Then Dory pulled out the list and said that she had already found out from the director that there were 5 empty seats. Ashley clearly didn't want to take us on, so we insisted on a general vote. Dory and I gathered all the girls in the school who wanted to be cheerleaders and started working actively with them. We prepared like crazy. It's a good thing that after that party, I became popular, alongside Dory. We were respected by those who were oppressed by the elite, and they joined us. I named our team Teddy, after Ted. The tension in the school increased, and at the same time, the number of cases of bullying and humiliation of students had decreased. It became quiet and peaceful. Both teams were preparing to win. We had a very hard time. We worked hard, worked out some cool tricks, and the day of the competition came. We were all very nervous, and Anna was also late, a girl from our team. The elite had already started. It should have been our turn, but I suddenly saw that Luke was looking around, and there was a sneaker on the floor, exactly the same one as Anna had. I rushed to him, but he began to deny everything. Ashley smiled contentedly, said that we were not going to win now. Then I remembered all the bad things that she had done for the whole school, and I hit her forehead on the nose. "You broke my nose!" "You touch another one of my cheerleaders, I'll break your arm, then the other, and so on. Okay?" She ran off in tears to the toilet, and I started opening the back room doors. It jammed. Then Luke ran up. He tried to stop me, but at that moment, someone kicked him out of the way. This guy knocked him down with one punch, then slapped him a couple of times in the face. Luke begged for help, then ran away, and my knight looked at me. Ted? I heard about your story. I couldn't miss it. Thank you. Can you help me? He opened the door in no time, and we freed Anna. Then we ran to the competition. It was a cool performance. Of course, we still had a lot to work on because we were not professionals, but we had time and the drive. The director said that the cheerleaders were suspended from the sport because of their behavior, and they will also be interviewed by their parents. And with the boys, too. The management finally heard rumors about what was going on inside their school. We became the cheerleaders and became even more popular. I immediately canceled all those initiation rituals. Ted returned to our school, and now there was no division. Full democracy. How do you like that? Tell me, did you guys like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Do not forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.